We're pleased to bring you continuing coverage from the recent Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA trade show in Nashville. This annual gathering allows cattlemen and women from across the country to gather and create policy for the industry. We asked several attendees to share their thoughts on some of the biggest challenges they're facing on their own operations.
I think one of the biggest issues facing the cattle industry today is probably the uncertainty of the economy in the current climate and just not knowing what the next year or so is going to look like.
Biggest issue up in our area is going to be drought and sustainability. Having feed available for our cattle producers in the northern Great Plains is a huge issue right now, and that's going to affect our supply in the future.
One of the biggest issues that I see right now for the cattle industry is the drought that's happening in the Pacific Northwest right now. It is definitely going to limit herd size, and feed supply is going to be tight.
The biggest facing the cattle industry today is probably, at least I'm going to speak for my area, is the being able to acquire land and pasture and space. I know that is our biggest limitation, and the cost of entries there are very, very tough. When you're competing with, economic growth and that kind of thing, it makes it very, very difficult.
Pork and poultry are very, very tough competitors, and that's one of our biggest challenges, is just helping to share our story. We're a very sustainable product, produced in a sustainable way that, there should be a lot of appeal to consumers, but it seems like we often have a target on our back for a lot of various reasons, and just helping to get our story out is one of the big challenges that we have in front of us here in the foreseeable future.
I think one of the big issues that we have is the fact that there's so few of us out there, and 1-2% of the U.S. are ag producers, and it's just getting the 99% of the population we have in the U.S. to realize what we do in terms of feeding the world and how we take care of our livestock, because there's so many misguided thoughts out there. And I think if the world, if the people in the U.S. knew who we were and what we did and how we operated as producers, as livestock and land stewards, we could change a lot of opinions.